What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man Chazzellis once again giving you the information that you asked me for. Right now, I know y'all remember me doing this. I know y'all see that I do it from time to time. This is a time when I like to tell you a story from my life to possibly help you out with things you might be going through in your life. When I was young, I was about 10 years old. We moved from place to place quite a bit. Like we moved a lot when I was really young, and I was going to a new school. Anyway, I was like in the 5th grade, and I was sitting in a class, and in this class was a girl who I thought was just ridiculously beautiful. Her name was Kim. She had like like the little beads in her hair and all that kind of stuff. She was like, this is 10 back in the day. I don't know, 10-year-olds now, some of them be having perms and and all kind of stuff. But we didn't really do that back then. Anyway, she was like, she looked real cute. I thought she was really cute. But the thing about her also was when she raised her hand in class and answered questions, it was like she just had like she was real cool. You know what I mean? Like, she always answered questions, always be a good answer. But she also talked about like basketball, football. I mean, she knew everything about the Chicago Bulls. And that was back in the day, when Jordan was that dude and everybody liked Jordan. Everybody liked the Bulls. Everybody was wearing the Bulls gear, the Bulls, everything. You know what I'm talking about. If you grew up anytime. It ain't too. Anybody who's over the age of 25 is probably a huge Jordan fan. So anyway, she knew everything about Jordan. She knew everything about football. She knew everything about wrestling. She just knew what was up. She was like a really, really cute girl who really knew all the dude stuff. And that's what we care about at 10 years old. That's all we care about is sports and the cool action movies and stuff like that. She knew all about Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme and stuff like that. So I was just like, man, I want to get at this girl, right? Okay, so I didn't want to try to talk to her in class, because I didn't want her to shoot me down possibly and feel like, lame or whatever, right? So I was like, I'm going to wait till we go out on the playground or recess. I'm going to try to holler at her. So we go out on the playground, right? And I'm playing Foursquare with a couple of my friends that I just met. Y'all might not know what Foursquare is. It's like, don't judge the game. It was the bomb back in the day. Now shut up. It's like they just draw 4 squares on the ground. They draw 4 squares on the ground and you push the ball through. You like try to hit the ball past somebody, And every time you get the ball, if you get the ball hit past you, then you're out. Well, I mean, shut up. It was cold back then. It was the game. So anyway, I'm playing Foursquare. And one of my friends that I just met, Ernie, I was like, hey, man, what's up with Kim? Because she was sitting by herself. And I mean, I noticed, because I was kind of watching her, I didn't want to try to go up to her right away. You know how when you're young and you're kind of nervous about talking to girls a little bit, you ain't trying to go up right away. You spend all that time just scoping them out like, yeah, I'm about to check her out. I'm about to see what she about, man. See if she look over here at your boy. That's what I was doing, right? So I was checking her out, and I noticed that she was just sitting by herself. Like, she wasn't really talking to nobody. She wasn't hanging out with nobody. And I was like, yo, Ernie, what's up with Kim? She just kind of just sitting by herself. What's up with that? And he was like, oh, man, Kim is kind of weird. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, back in the 3rd grade, she used to come to school, and she would smell bad, and she would always have really messed up clothes, and everybody would just clown her and make fun of her. And I was like, dang, I was like, dang, just make fun of somebody because their clothes messed up? I mean, and that still matters? Because, I moved around a lot, so I didn't really get to see, like, lasting effects. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really get to see how somebody can have a reputation at 1 grade and then it just stay with them. I never heard of that because I moved a lot. So anyway, I found that confusing, right? And she was just sitting by herself. So I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to go try to talk to her because she's just kind of by herself and I don't want to get shot down and everybody be like clowning me and laughing at me. So I was kind of nervous. Anyway, as I'm sitting there chilling, this girl, Shonda, walks by. She walks up to where we were at. And everybody was like, she had like, her hair was all done up. She had the little nice, you know how everything used to match on the outfit, even the socks type of thing. And the little swatches type watches, you know, the little plastic watches everybody used to wear back in elementary school. She had one of them on, had a little bracelet on it, like one of them little slap bracelets. She had like 2 or 3 of them. She had like 2 or 3 of them on her arm, you know. And that, you know, so she looked cool. She was cool for that time period. I know it probably sounds lame now, but she was cool. So anyway, she's wearing it. She's got that stuff on, right? And I'm sitting here like, you know, I really wasn't interested in her though. You know, but everybody else seemed to be. They was like, Shonda, what's up, Shonda? Dude was trying to do the deep voice like, yo, Shonda, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here just chilling, you know, whatever. And dudes was kind of like trying to get at Shonda, right? And Shonda, she just comes right over to me and was like, hey, you're new, right? And she starts talking to me. I wasn't really interested in her, but she was nice. And my mom and dad always said, somebody being nice to you, be nice to them. So I was always being, you know, that's what I always tried to practice and still do to this day. Anyway, so I talked to her for a second. Nothing major. And I was like, and everybody was like, oh, man, Shonda came up to you, dog. Dang, you in there. You know how when you a kid, your friends would do that. You in there, man. You the dude. So that had me feeling good. I was like, man, my swagger on 3,000 today. I'm feeling good about myself. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to go over here and holler at Kim. Because I was, you know, I'm trying to ride the wave, you know. Like, I'm like, man, I may not be feeling this good tomorrow. Something could happen. I don't know. So I'm going to take my advantage of my good spirit and do this. So I go over there and I was like, hey, Kim, right? You know how you try to act like you don't really, you ain't been watching them the whole time. I was like, yeah, I just wanted to see, you know, say how you was doing. And I noticed that you like the Bulls a lot. I like the Bulls too. You know, I was trying to come in there and use the lead in of, I know you like sports, I like sports type of thing. So that's what I did, like, right? I come in there, I was like, yeah, I heard you like the Bulls. I like the Bulls too. And she says, she's like, she looks up at me and she's like, I saw you over there talking to Shonda. I know you like Shonda. You don't got to come over here and try to talk to me. I know you like Shonda. I know you think she's cute. And yada, yada, yada. I was like, the crazy part, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. But the crazy part about it is from Foursquare to the curb where she was sitting, I had forgot Shonda's name. I wasn't trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny to this day. But I forgot Shonda's name. I didn't even know who she was talking about. I was like, who? She's like, oh, I saw you talking to Shonda. I know who Shonda. And I was like, oh, yeah. That was the only other girl I talked to. So I remember who. Okay. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. She came up to me. She wanted to talk to me for some reason. I don't know. You know, I was like kind of trying to defend myself. And I was like, man, I just met you. But I liked her. So I was trying to talk to her. She spent the whole time, we talked for about 15 minutes. She spent the whole time talking about Shonda and how everybody likes Shonda. And Shonda is really cute. And everybody thinks Shonda's hair is nice. Everybody thinks Shonda has nice shoes. Shonda. She spent the whole, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I couldn't say, hey, girl, you look good. Hey, you know, I couldn't say anything. She just talked about Shonda the whole time. So anyway, I went back to class. And like the next day, you know, we had lunch. We was at lunch, and I was sitting at lunch, and I was with one of my friends. New people that I met. I like to meet people. I like to talk to people. So I met, and if you move around, you kind of get a personality where you make friends pretty quickly. So I kind of got cool with everybody pretty fast. So anyway, I was talking to one dude and everything, and he was like, oh, here she come. And I was like, what, who? I was hoping it'd be Kim, but it was Shonda. You know, and like I said, Shonda was nice. She was cool and good looking also. But she comes and sits down next to me, and she starts talking to me and everything. And I was like, you know, I wasn't interested. But I was like, yeah, you know, I talked to her because she talked to me. And she was nice. So anyway, I saw Kim come in. And I was like, oh, I'm about to go over there and talk to Kim. So I went over there and started trying to talk to Kim. And she's like, I saw you talking to Shonda. I know you like Shonda. I don't see why you keep coming over here talking to me. And you know you like Shonda. Shonda's this. Shonda's pretty. Shonda blah, blah, blah. She spent another like 15, 20 minutes talking about Shonda. I couldn't even really say nothing to her. Because all she did was talk about Shonda. I was like, dang. And all she did was talk about Shonda. She talked about other girls that was that everybody liked. And just like, I mean, it really wasn't. She never said anything like, hey, you know, I like you or anything. So I was like, Okay, I'm guessing this girl don't like me. Anyway, that went on for like a couple weeks where I would try to talk to her, and she would bring up Shonda, and Shonda would come up and just chill with me and hang out with me. So I got it in my mind. I was like, you know what? Kim really doesn't like me. And she really not feeling me on no level whatsoever. I'm a kid too. I was like, I think she want me to go out with Shonda. That was what I gathered from the situation. You know, at 10 years old especially, I was like, I think she wants me to go out with Shonda. So I was like, Shonda seems nice. Other people seem to like her. She's cute, I guess, you know. So I started talking to her. I started going out with her, right? Me and Shonda went out the whole year. The last day of school, I was going to move again. And, you know, a lot of my friends that I knew there knew I was about to move. So they was like, oh, yeah, I see you about to move and everything. You know, I'm talking to people, you know, trying to exchange numbers and stuff like that to get to be able to call them when I move. So the crazy part about it was, as I'm talking to people and stuff like that, Kim comes up to me and was like, yeah, I had the biggest crush on you. But you like Shonda, and I just never got a chance to talk to you. I'm sad that you're moving because I really did like you and I really would like to talk to you. I did not say one word. I just looked at her and I could tell I had the dumbest look on my face. I was like, and I sat like that for probably about a good 45 seconds. Just, I couldn't figure it out. I was confused. I was like, what in the hell are you talking about? I was so confused. I just sat there. Anyway, what made me think about that is I did a video. It was called Why Guys Hate Jeremy Meeks. You know, the dude with the mugshot thing. And some of the stuff that I got back from people, it really made me think about her. And I thought about why she did what she did. This is a person who let the past beat them. They let their hard time and their trial beat them. At one point, I thought about what Ernie said, and he said that she would come to school smelling bad, looking bad, whatever, and people made fun of her. People dogged her out. And that left her stuck in that state. Because even though it was a year or two later, and I'm not even trying to, no disrespect to Shonda or anything like that, but Kim was probably the prettiest, was one of the prettiest, if not the prettiest girl in that whole school. Period. And if you just add in the fact that how cool she was and those other things she had going for her, like she could talk about all kinds of sports and stuff like that, all the stuff the guys wanted to talk about at the time. She was, and Shonda didn't talk about none of that stuff. I know I dated her for the whole school year. She was cool, but she didn't have that kind of conversational skills. She didn't, not to say that what she was talking about wasn't important. To her, it just wasn't like what little boys would think about. So I was like, man, you have elevated yourself to this ridiculously high level. You know, you look a lot better with whatever you looked like before. I didn't know. You must look better because you don't look like somebody would make fun of. That's for doggone sure. And your level of skill and what you can talk about is so much higher in terms of what boys want than anybody else around here. You should be the most coveted person at this school. But yet you sit by yourself. You don't really talk to nobody. You don't really hang out with anybody. So even when new people come along, they feel like you're on the bottom of the barrel. They feel like you're the low person on the totem pole. Because we come here instead of you being a social butterfly like Shonda, where you're like, oh, hey, I'm doing well. I'm the person you should want to talk to. You look like somebody who nobody should want to talk to. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, you let that time that you were dealing with all that beat you. Because you became obsessed with people who really are not relevant to you. Yeah, Shonda's pretty and people like her, but I bet you if you had a different kind of attitude and you were like letting people see you and see what you were about, they'd like you. I did like you. So you already had somebody that you liked that liked you. So really, who liked Shonda shouldn't even matter. You know, but you're letting that situation beat you. It causes you to be focused on people who don't have nothing to do with you. You're putting this person on a pedestal, and it causes other people to put them on a pedestal. Like, she spent so much time dissing Shonda that it kind of made me feel like, or not even dissing Shonda, she spent so much time trying to, talking about Shonda, that it made me feel like maybe Shonda is better than you. Because she don't ever talk about you, but you spend all your time talking about her. You matter to her, she doesn't matter to you. So she doesn't, you don't matter to her, she matters to you. So that's what it was, yeah. So I'm like, I thought about a lot of these guys that I talked to, and girls too, it's all kind of people. Some of y'all, maybe nobody liked you in high school. Maybe you were like the low man on the totem pole, and the thug got all the girls, the athlete got all the girls. And some of them may still get girls. But that shouldn't bother you because you're not that person anymore. Some of y'all are stuck as that same 15, 16-year-old kid who couldn't get the person that they wanted to go to the prom with. Some of y'all are still stuck. Some of y'all are still stuck in the person who was lonely, the person who didn't have friends. Some of y'all done went over here and conquered mountains. Some of y'all done so much in your life that you were on a totally different level than these people that you would even worry about or think about. And you really truly believe in your mind that everybody wants them. You truly believe in your mind that you don't have any value and that they have all the value. That everybody wants them and nobody wants you. Even when somebody can sit up there and push the fact they care about you, they like you in your face, you still can't see past that. You take the fact that, oh, maybe they talked to this thug or they hung out with this person that was, you know, the athlete or whatever. Oh, well, they must like them and not me. I'm below this person, so clearly they like them and not me. And you become angry and bitter about this thing when you don't have nothing to be bitter about. The minute you want to be at the top of the totem pole, you could be. The minute you want to be the person that everybody is checking for, you could be. You've already accomplished everything. You already put yourself in a different light. You've already put yourself in a different space. But at some point, you have to understand that, and you have to start living and carrying yourself in that way. Kim could have been the top anytime she felt like it. All she had to do was start going off and talking to people. If she'd have walked up to those dudes playing Foursquare and been like, yo, man, did you see that shot Michael Jordan made? Everybody would have started talking to her. Period. No question about it. Yo, who you think will win a fight, Jean-Claude Van Damme or Arnold Schwarzenegger? Who you think will win? I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger bigger, but Van Damme know that stuff. That conversation would have lasted for hours. You know that. So she could have been she could have those conversations. So she could have been there. I saw she do it in class because that was her comfort zone. A lot of y'all like that at work. Y'all are the coolest person in the world. Amongst your friends, y'all the funniest people in the world. But as soon as you get around the opposite sex or something like that, all of a sudden you go back to being 15 again. You go back to being the person that got made fun of and laughed at. Or the person that was low person on the totem pole. That's how y'all still think. You're trapped in that mind state. And you got to get out of it. Don't let the past beat you. Don't let the people who dogged you out beat you. A lot of them ain't even on your level anymore. Most of them probably aren't. And a lot of the people that you see getting the person that you think you want or feel like you want, a lot of times that's because it's by default. It's the fact that you ain't really out there trying to do it. Once again, it's your man, Chazz Ellis. Make sure, for some of y'all ladies that want to go to this dating class, make sure you do it. Make sure you go to the askchazzellisproject.com and look up getting the tickets to that dating class. It's on September the 6th at 2 o'clock in Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure y'all hook that up. Go on there and get the tickets. The tickets are going to be discounted as long as you go to the askchazzellisproject.com. I can't speak for if you buy them somewhere else. They're discounted on the askchazzellisproject.com. Okay, also make sure you go to Ask Chazz Ellis on Facebook. Hit me up. Ask me questions. Post on Facebook. Y'all can post stuff too. Make sure you do that. Also, like and subscribe and share this video with somebody you know needs it. Once again, it's your man Chazz Ellis. Peace.